The Denver Broncos opened their preseason with a showdown against the San Francisco 49ers and Broncos country. This one gave us plenty to talk about. Right before kickoff, tough news hit the team. Defensive lineman Matt Henningsen suffered a torn Achilles and will miss the entire 2025 season. A reliable rotational force in the trenches, his absence will be felt. Still, Denver's defensive front has depth, and that depth will now be tested. Now onto the field. Statistically, the Broncos controlled much of the game. But numbers don't always tell the full story, and any fan watching closely knows it wasn't complete dominance across the board. The first-team offense came out looking uneven. That's not shocking for preseason football, but it was clear there's work to be done. Timing was off, drives stalled, and rhythm never fully settled in. Still, these games are about building, adjusting, and sharpening for when it matters most. Building chemistry doesn't happen overnight, especially on offense, where rhythm and timing are everything. For Denver's starters, that rhythm was missing. Bo Nix didn't look like the calm, confident leader we've seen before. The 49ers sent heavy pressure, and at times he looked rushed in the pocket. His most costly moment came deep in Denver's own territory, a scramble into the back of the end zone that ended with intentional grounding and a safety. His final line, 6 of 11 for 31 yards, with a few throws he'd want back. 2 underthrown passes, one to Troy Franklin and another to Courtland Sutton, stalled scoring chances, even though Sutton nearly hauled in his. On the ground, Harvey made his first appearance in a Broncos uniform and flashed glimpses of what he can bring. He wasn't spectacular, but he was steady, decisive, and physical. His best moment came on a wide zone run where he bounced outside, cut sharply, shed a tackler, and picked up 13 yards. Expect to see him attack the edges often, working those C-gap lanes to keep defenses on their heels. And then there's Troy Franklin, arguably the star of Denver's training camp. He pulled in 3 catches for 18 yards, including a crisp stick route for a first down from Nix. It's clear the rookie quarterback is already looking Franklin's way, and that connection could become one of the Broncos' most dangerous weapons in 2025. The first-team offense didn't light up the stat sheet, and honestly, there wasn't much to pull from their limited snaps. The offensive line struggled early, giving up pressure and failing to open lanes. Troy Franklin made the most of his opportunities, and Courtland Sutton had a couple of solid moments, but overall the unit looked unsettled. It's preseason, so the record books won't remember this one. But the Broncos need to find their rhythm faster than they did against San Francisco. Those early drives set a tone, and in this case, it wasn't the one Denver wanted. Then came the second-team offense, and the energy shifted. Jarrett Stidham took over, and after a slow opening drive, he caught fire. He finished an incredible 14 of 15 for 136 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions, delivering some of the best throws of the night. His first touchdown was a beauty, a wide-open strike to Lucas Krull in the end zone. The second was pure highlight material, a deep ball to Trent Sherfield on a go route, perfectly placed over the shoulder. Sherfield bobbled it, pinned it to his helmet, kept his feet in bounds, and secured the score. It was easily one of the top plays of the night for either team and a statement from Denver's reserves that they're ready to compete. Trent Sherfield made a statement in this game. His big play ability was on full display, especially on that deep touchdown, and he proved he can be a valuable weapon in Denver's 2025 receiving corps. He might not be the first read in this offense, but when the ball comes his way, he makes it count. Plays like this don't just happen, they earn roster spots. In the backfield, Tyler Beatty turned heads with an impressive performance, averaging over 6 yards per carry. Coming into camp, the depth chart looked set: J.K. Dobbins at RB1, R.J. Harvey at RB2, and Jaleel McLaughlin holding RB3. But after what we saw, Beatty might be closing in on that third spot. He ran with vision, power, and purpose, bouncing outside when needed, cutting sharply through traffic, and lowering his shoulder to finish runs. Just as importantly, he showed he can hold his ground in pass protection, a skill that can make or break a back's roster chances. Every snap he took screamed NFL ready, and performances like this will force coaches to take notice. Beatty's blend of speed, strength, and awareness could make him one of the preseason's biggest surprises and a real challenger for that RB3 job. Broncos fans had every reason to be impressed with Tyler Beatty. Heading into the season, many believed he could sneak into the running back rotation, and after this performance, that talk feels more like a prediction than a possibility. He outshined players like Audric Estime, who was serviceable but didn't deliver anything game-changing. But while the offense had its moments, the real headline was the defense. After allowing 9 points in the opening quarter, Denver's defense slammed the door shut, not giving up a single score the rest of the way. The first-team unit came out a bit shaky, but quickly locked in. Jaquan McMillian gave up an early play to quarterback M. Jones, but he responded with resilience, tightening his coverage and making smart, aggressive plays. It was the kind of bounce back you want to see from a defensive back. Mistakes happen, but the best players adjust, refocus, and dominate. This defense didn't just hold the line. It dictated the game from the second quarter onward, setting a tone that will carry into the next preseason matchup. From the second drive onward, Denver's defense was a wall. Yes, it's preseason, and yes, the 49ers weren't playing all their starters, but the Broncos still put on a clinic in defensive playmaking. Jaquan McMillian bounced back from his early miscue with a highlight reel interception along the sideline, reading the route, jumping it cleanly, and securing the football with perfect body control. Then came the rookies and undrafted standouts. Karn Reed, the undrafted free agent out of Utah, capitalized on a poor throw from San Francisco's quarterback, positioning himself perfectly for the pick. Moments later, Joshua Pickett, a Yadfa from Duke, added his own interception, further tilting momentum in Denver's favor. In total, Denver snagged 3 interceptions, and that wasn't even the end of their takeaway parade. J.L. Skinner made one of the night's most physical plays, delivering a crushing hit to running back Amir Abdullah that jarred the ball loose. Rookie Suwan Jones from LSU pounced on the fumble, sealing yet another turnover. In the trenches, Nick Bonito was relentless, hounding quarterback Jones and collapsing the pocket again and again. Jonah Ellis also impressed, reading screens and blowing up plays at the line of scrimmage. This wasn't just good defense, it was an aggressive, opportunistic unit proving that Denver's depth on that side of the ball is real. J.L. Skinner's punishing forced fumble and Karn Reed's interception were just the start of a defensive showcase. Both players, along with Joshua Pickett and Nick Bonito, made their presence felt all night. These 4 stood out, but they weren't alone. The biggest takeaway? Depth. Denver's defense isn't just strong at the top, it's layered with talent all the way down the roster. Chris Abrams' drain broke up plays with sharp coverage, and Jaden Barrow delivered a crushing hit that showed off his raw strength. From the starters to the fourth stringers, the Broncos' defense controlled the field. And while it's true they were facing backup offenses, these were also Denver's backups dominating their matchups, exactly what you want to see. Defensive coordinator Vance Joseph will be thrilled with the tape, and Sean Payton has to feel confident about the depth this team is building. If performances like this carry into the regular season, Denver's defense won't just be good, it'll be relentless. When the final whistle blew, Denver walked away with a solid first showing. There's work to be done, especially in finding rhythm on offense, but the building blocks are there. The defense set the tone, the depth players stepped up, and the energy never dipped after that early stumble. Yes, it's only preseason, but performances like this plant seeds of confidence. The key now is to sharpen execution, lock in timing, and carry this defensive swagger into every snap. If this was just the first glimpse of the 2025 Denver Broncos, then Broncos country has every reason to be excited for what's coming next.